Let me tell you something. A driver don't pick the car. The car pick the driver. It's a mystical bond between man and machine. It's a mystical bond between man and machine.
But this is her in her Plymouth GTX, which, as you can see down here, says that it's an officially licensed product. Of course, this being a Studio Series figure, you do get a backdrop, which is the Decepticon arrival. And it says, arriving on Earth in 1987, Shatter disguises herself as a 1971 Plymouth GTX and begins her search for Autobot criminals, specifically Bumblebee. But for the packaging on this girl, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get her out here and see how cool she actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Shatter open up out of her packaging and obviously in her vehicle mode. And starting off first, as always, she does come with her backdrop. You can see that is that the opening scene when Dropkick and Shatter arrived on Earth, like that gas station and everything. Looks pretty cool. Obviously, the logo down here says Transformers Bumblebee. You got the Studio Series 40 Transformers along the side. That's about it. And for the figure, as you can see, she's pretty small. All of these new Bumblebee Studio Series figures tend to be that. I mean, it's a deluxe figure, so it is what it is. But overall, a pretty nice representation of that vehicle mode that she took. Definitely has a very muscle car sort of appearance. Got that nice red and black color, 722. You got a pretty nice gunmetal gray engine thing right here, some nice silver. On the front, I do kind of wish that these top lights up here were painted silver. As it is, they're just molded in the black plastic, but, you know, it is what it is. Other side here has 722 as well. Come on the back. Some nice paint on the back with some silver and then red for the taillights and everything. Overall, I mean, pretty decent looking. It is pretty small. These are her feet, which I guess are supposed to kind of replicate, like, exhaust pipes, maybe? I don't know, but that seems like a little bit low. But good looking mode. Now, her partner was Dropkick. We got Dropkick previously. Dropkick was a helicopter. We are going to be getting a car mode version of Dropkick in the future. I don't know if we've gotten a reveal that we're going to be getting a jet mode version of Shatter, though. Either way, I'm happy with both of them. I think they're pretty good. I mean, in terms of a, you know, dynamic duo, you can obviously have her driving with Dropkick following around up there, but you can see the way that the size works. Now, she does come with weapons. You can kind of see them along the side here. Now, there's a couple different ways that you can transform her. Starting off first, you're going to want to remove these if you have it the other way. I see a lot of people, and I even think the instructions have you have this where the palm is facing out, and then you got another whole section right here that you can plug that into, and that rests up there. It looks pretty much the same either way. Coming to take a closer look at it, you got the weapons right there along the bottom. When you do it this way, though, you have an added step of having to take this off and then put it back on the opposite side. Or you could just, there's a slight extra bend at the elbow that you can kind of see puts it on a little bit more of a curve. I mean, that's it straight, that's it bent. When you do that, you can put it right up along the bottom here, and it looks basically the same. So I feel like flipping those is kind of pointless to do. You can do it, and like I said, I think the instructions actually tell you to do it that way. Let me stay zoomed in. But I like doing it that way. It keeps it a little bit more simple. For the rest of our transformation, there is a lot of, I don't want to say fiddliness, but there are parts that are not as secure as I would like. So come around here, you want to kind of get this wiggled out. Detach that and then just bring that down. This one gets a little bit more stuck in there. Just kind of pull that down just like so. Come around here to the back section, lift this, and then come up to this. This is really stiff. If you have fingernails, you'll probably have a lot easier of a time with it. For me, that's one of the problems. That you have to kind of wiggle and separate. So I'm trying to keep that on there. I didn't want that to pop off, but that's part of the problem. There's some pop-offedness with it. So we're just going to loosen that up, and then this whole section here through the middle is going to come up. Just, yeah, again, I didn't want to do that. Lift that up. So there you're seeing the pop-offedness of it. A couple of them do it, the ball joints for the arms, and then these pieces here do it. So when you have it like that, get these arms kind of position. Damn this. It is frustrating that it does this, and I actually did put the floor polish on there, and it doesn't seem to help all that much. So bring this up, get this out of the way, just like so. Then you want to detach this, and you're going to rotate that around. When you do that, you can then bring out the foot like so. Take this entire side panel, then this rotates to the back. So again, this side, detach this, rotate that around, bring the foot section, pull the little tire away, and then fold the foot down. These little tire sections rotate around and then tuck into the back calf. Do that on this side, tucks that in there, and then just bring these feet down. Then take this side panel again, and this rotates towards the back of her. And then just straighten these legs, just like that. These arms are going to be tricky, because again, things like falling apart on her. Just bring these back like so, and then take this whole section, bring this around, get that away. And then this piece rotates around and comes down towards the front. That piece popped off again. Then this comes up, locks into place there. This part right here, take these, rotate, damn it, rotate that around, and when you have that rotated around, you can fold that forward. So again, rotate this piece around, keep the arms positioned in the back, bring that down like so. This back section, take this bottom section, fold that up, and then this collapses up, and then you have a little tab here that this slots into. Just port that right in, yeah. And then put anything back on there that fell off on her. Now the instructions tell you to rotate these around to the back. I actually like leaving them out. It kind of gives a little bit more of that jet look that she had eventually when she became a triple changer. So I kind of like leaving these flared out a little bit more. Straighten out her head, straighten out her arms. It also will give a little bit more clearance to the back section here when you're trying to rotate things around. So just be aware of it. But when you're done, there you have her in her robot mode. And you know, she's not a bad looking figure. I think that she looks better in terms of her on-character sort of representation than Dropkick did. But there's still issues that I have with the figure, namely the quality control. Honestly, I don't understand why these two figures have had such bad QC. Obviously, here's a comparison for you. But the QC on both of these is really subpar. And one thing that I'm noticing is that they're also, I don't feel like Studio Series figures. When I compare these to other characters that have gotten new toys, those new toy representations of those characters blow away previous versions. Now, obviously, these are the first ones that we've gotten. So I feel like they shouldn't even be in the Studio Series line. These should just be regular movie figures that 5 years from now we may get better representations. They're just not that great, honestly. For a comparison with Bumblebee, here he is. You can see Bumblebee is a smaller character, which obviously it all fits. I'm happy with that. I mean, she's better than he is. Like I said, she definitely looks the part a little bit more. And there's some things that you can do, like with these, to kind of give a more rounded sort of look to her. But like I said, the QC issues really do hurt the figure. Now, coming in to take a closer look at the detail, one thing also that I'm not a particularly big fan of is this head sculpt. That's not good. I don't like it. I also don't understand why it's like there's a whole separate like little thing here and it's not there. She's wearing a battle mask. I'm trying to remember if she wore a battle mask in the movie. I mean, a lot of it was just her face talking and everything. So I don't like that. I think that's a bad decision. Maybe they'll go with a regular head if they do a jet mode version for her, but not a big fan of it. The chest looks pretty decent. It kind of has that angular sort of look. It's just this piece that comes up and sits there on top of the actual headlights, but you can see like they got the little molded in headlights, so you got like that little fake look, and then that front section right here replicates the engine piece that hides, so there's some fakeness with that. It's not terrible, but I feel it could have been better. Paint applications look really nice, especially here in the torso area. You got some extra silver and yellow and everything in there. So the paint is pretty decent. You can see some nice molded in detail with dark paint for the shins and everything. I'm just, yeah, it's kind of meh, honestly. As you can see, you do have these hands or these guns that plug in here. You can remove them if you don't want to have that extra bulk to her arms. Just pull them off just like so. And then, I mean, there's no real place that you can stash these. Otherwise, unless you can put it in the back section, which I don't think you can. Does this actually bend? I feel like this. Oh, yeah, sorry. Missed the step. That should collapse up and give a even bigger of a backpack. I am very underwhelmed with her, and that's kind of unfortunate. But like I said, maybe in a couple years we'll get better versions. Who knows? For her articulation, the head is on a ball joint. You can get a good range of motion with that, looking all over the place. The shoulders here are on ball joints, but you got this whole section right here in the back, which really does limit things, because that back tire hits it constantly, especially if you leave these out. If you take this and fold these down and leave it along the side like that, now you even have like more junk back there. So again, that gives me another reason why I like leaving that out, but that kind of stinks. And then you got that little hinge going outward, rotates at the elbow, and then you have soft ratchet joints hinging forward and back. Nothing at the waist, that's all locked in here. But then again, you come to the hips, and there's all just sorts of shit right here. I mean, like all this is there. You got this. I mean, you can kind of move it, but then this all bumps into there, so it's not good. The legs don't really go out too far, like that. Does have a big ball joint, so you get a little bit of rotation up there. The main part of the rotation comes down at the knee. Then you got two joints here at the knee for a little bit of a back and forth motion. The ankles don't bend, but you can see that they're kind of positioned outward, so you can spread her legs pretty decently, and then you got hinges forward and back for that. So, I don't know, it just, like I said, very underwhelming figure. Really cool character in the movie. Dropkick and her really were kind of some of the most evil Decepticons that we've ever gotten. I mean, they killed humans, they didn't care about killing them, and just we're trying to complete their mission, and they didn't care what they needed to do that. And that was cool. I really loved seeing that. Figure-wise, I'm just not impressed. I ultimately don't really care too much about the toys. They're decent enough, just they don't excite me, honestly. So it's definitely unfortunate because of how cool the characters were in the movie. But you know, it is what it is sometimes. Not always. Not all figures are home runs. And the ones here, I have not yet got Optimus Prime. Relax, guys. Everyone's going to ask me, when are you going to review that? I'll review it when I find it. I got to get it in a store, first of all, and I haven't seen it in stores yet. So I will do Optimus Prime when I can. Calm your tits. So, yeah, I said it. And that is what it is. But, yeah, I just... The Decepticons, you know, are there in terms of spirit. The toys, not so much. Now, transformation back is simple to do, but because the panels like popping off, it can be a bit of a pain in the butt. First, come down here to the legs. You want to rotate the thigh around. Get that around just like so, and then take these tires and rotate that all the way out. You have a little round section in here. You bring this up. You can see you got a little tab, and then you got a little round piece on the inside of the wheel well. You have to make sure that that is straight, and then you want to plug that little round peg into the kind of outside of the foot. So do that on this side as well. We're going to rotate that around, bring this out, bring this up. You got that double hinge, bring that all the way back, and then it's kind of hard to see, but reach that in there, straighten that out, lock that in just like that. Then these little side panels here, you can fold these bits out, get that out of the way, and then hinge this back, lock that in along the side there. So do that on this side as well. Bring this down, kind of bend that, hinge this up, lock that into place just like so. Take this chest section here, bring this down, and then you can lift this up. When you lift that, you can rotate this head around at the same time, getting that all the way around. I'll detach that, I'm sorry. The head likes flopping around there, so bring that down and tuck that around. I don't know which way do we... I guess we'll go that way. Get that up. And that's a pain in the ass. Yeah, I said it. I said it's a pain in the ass. What are you going to do about it? This is... Come on, bring that. It's like this little piece right here. There. Yeah, pull that whole damn thing back. There we go. Is that going to do it? That's what it was. I had that collapsed. There. All right. And you can see the arm fell off. There we go. Get that around there. So make sure you pull that back. Sorry, guys. Straighten this out. Fold this back piece out on both sides. Well, shit. Flip that forward. And get that kind of down there. But now what the shit? Come on. Yeah, I mean, it's... I'm a lot more annoyed with this than I really should be. I'm not enjoying this fucking transformation. That's obnoxious. Alright, get this arm back pegged in here. And everything else is falling off on this piece of crap. There we go. I don't like this transformation back into vehicle mode. It's definitely not fun. So, get this down and around. You're going to rotate these. That just kind of goes right there. Nothing locks in here, which is kind of crappy. Get that down and around. This, bring around like that. Get that little panel right along there. Keep that up like that. So again, rotate that little panel around there. Keep all this as straight as you can. Bring this up, hinge this back. This will then lock in along the back side here. There we go. And you just kind of tab everything along the side into place. This is a very fiddly figure going into this mode. Easy to do. It's just because of the looser joints and all that stuff. It doesn't make things... Yeah, I'm done. I don't really care. If you were able to transform this thing, good for you. If you look to me to try to calmly transform things to give you instructions, I'm sorry I let you down, but this thing's transformation sucks. Going into vehicle mode, just absolutely terrible. I can't stand it. The loose ball joints, these little panels here that pop off, it just sucks. That's all there is to it. It's not fun to do. Going into robot mode is perfectly fine because you're just kind of untabbing everything, which you can see things popped off there as well, but you're just undoing all of this. So it's not nearly as bad, but it's small. It's not a lot of space to really work with, so you're putting a little bit of extra pressure on some things, which makes things pop off, which it's not fun. The vehicle mode here looks great. The only thing that's weird are these little bits here, but I mean, I can kind of forgive that. Robot mode looks good, but again, you're suffering from kind of a lot less space that I would like. There's a lot of kibble that hangs on this guy that kind of gets in the way of simple things like moving the legs. Ultimately, as I mentioned, I don't feel like this is a good representation of what Studio Series has been giving us. This just kind of feels like a first iteration of a movie toy that in 4 or 5 years, if they decide to do this figure again, will probably be better. So in that case, do I recommend him? Sure. Just because he's another Decepticon for the movie verse that you can put in your collection. He fits with Bumblebee and Dropkick and all that stuff. But she is a bit of a letdown. I think I called her he, but whatever. It's just meh. That's all I can really think of. Just meh. So all that being said, if she is a figure that you'd like to add to your collection, she is hitting various retail locations right now. So if you are looking for her, good luck and happy hunting. Or to make it easy on you, you can always visit places such as Big Bad Toy Store. For that, I'll put a link down in the video description where you'll go to BBTS and you can check out availability on her as well as the rest of the wide range of Transformer figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Remember, if you like this video, and you probably didn't because I didn't do a very good job, but hey, give me a thumbs up. That one small gesture, guys, really does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really appreciate it. And a huge thank you if you made it all the way to the end of this review. Another way that you can really help support my channel is making sure that you watch a video all the way through. And if you did that, thank you. Also, I want to send a huge shout out to all of my patrons who, through their continued support, now more than ever help to make reviews like this possible. And finally, remember, grow wise, grow strong, but never grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.
You got the